What's going on, y'all? So almost every day I'm getting quite a few questions that are showing that people have a large misconception of what it takes to actually have a successful Shopify business. And so today I want to cover what you actually need to know if you're starting with Shopify dropshipping, and this will even apply if you've been in the game for a while. What's going on, y'all? I'm Braden Wuerch. I'm here to provide insane value to you guys every day to grow you personally and financially as well. Alright guys, so today I want to cover 5 things that you absolutely need to know of and take care of if you want to have a successful Shopify dropshipping business. And these are things that not many people talk about, and frankly these are things that some people are leading others astray, and I'm seeing large misconceptions by the questions I'm getting daily of what people think it takes to actually be successful with this game. So I definitely want to go ahead and set y'all straight so you know exactly what it takes and exactly how to be successful. So before we get into it, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to help you grow your businesses to successful numbers. So number one, it typically takes more money than what you think. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I recommend at absolute minimum to start with $250. And that's $250 at absolute minimum. You are using that insanely conservatively and you are following an insanely detailed plan for that. Recommended, I say you start with at least $500 and even closer, or if not more than $1,000. That way you've got a little bit of buffer room, you're going to be able to test. But this is a problem I'm seeing right now in the dropshipping YouTube space, is that a lot of these YouTubers, and I'm not going to name any names, but a lot of these YouTubers are frankly making it seem like it's super easy to just go ahead and throw up a store, test a few products, and you're good to go. That's not how it is, guys. Back in the day when it was even a lot easier because the competition was a lot lower, back in the day when I got into the game, and I was a firefighter, I was spending a lot of money and a lot of time, a lot of effort to make it work. If you guys know my story, you know that it actually came down to a boiling point when my wife and I, even with me being a firefighter, which isn't great money, but it's decent money, it's a decent job, we were getting to the point that we were spending a lot of money and we were going to be having to either cut down ads quite a bit, or definitely even just pause the store. So it definitely takes more time typically than what you think. Now there are the people that just get lucky. They'll go ahead and test a couple products and they'll hit it right off the bat. That can happen with you. So just keep that in mind, but definitely go ahead and plan for it to take a bit longer. And one thing that I'm seeing quite often is people come to me and they're like, I've tested a couple products and it's not working out. And I say to them, I'm like, how many products have you tested? And they'll say, 2 or 3. That's just not enough, guys. It typically takes quite a few more products than that. Not only just for you to find a decent or winning product, but for you to get used to what a good store would look like to have a good conversion rate. And then, what good marketing is. If you're using Facebook ads, what actually goes into everything from targeting, everything like that. It takes time to go ahead and build that knowledge up. Same thing with Instagram influencers or Google AdWords. Whatever you're using, it'll take a bit of time for you to learn that. That's coming into the second thing, that number 2, it typically takes more time. And this is, what I just covered on with it typically can take more money. But one thing to keep in mind with this is that it typically takes more products tested to find your decent and winning products. Now, if you followed me for a while, you know that I don't come from a very product dependent mindset like a lot of people do. I come from a very brand focused mindset, that if you build the brand, build the foundation, that you don't have to test as many products, but you still do need to test quite a few products, guys. Just keep that in mind, that it typically takes more money and more time than you'd expect. And this isn't just with Shopify dropshipping. This is a saying with pretty much any business. It typically takes more money and more time than you plan on and expect. But you guys can get there and you guys can be successful with it. So number 3 is that you need to come at this with core business principles. If you're following my kind of mindset with it, you need to go ahead and create a brand. But one thing I'm seeing people preaching on YouTube that is frustrating the crap out of me is that You just need to essentially throw up a store. You don't need to focus a lot of time on your store. Just throw up a store and then start marketing products. You need to find your winning product. It can take, 20, 50 products tested, whatever. You just need to find a winning product. Guys, yes, that can work. But, you're going ahead and you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're going to have to spend more money and you probably more time unless you just get lucky. And even with that, if you're not focusing on building the foundation by going ahead and building a brand and really focusing on building an aesthetic store, a store that customers really, really trust off the bat, and frankly, build a culture that customers want to buy into, you're missing out on quite a bit of money. A lot of my friends, including myself, who do 6-figure months with Shopify, we all have brands. I've got one friend that he does more of the general store thing, but even with his general store, he's branded it in a certain way that really, really boosts up the trust of his store. But all my other friends that are doing massive numbers, they have brands. They have brands that actually have a culture people want to buy into, and so the amount of upsells and everything that goes into that, and the back end strong, you're setting yourself up, guys. So come at this with core business principles. This is one thing that in the beginning, I was lucky that I didn't watch YouTube in the beginning. There was very few dropshipping YouTubers when I got into the game when I was a firefighter. But essentially, I just went ahead and I learned about dropshipping by seeing someone's ad for a course. And so I took a course and then took a couple other courses for it. And that's all the information I had on it. I read a few maybe blog posts on Google, but essentially it was just the courses. And because of that, I was coming at it with a business principle mindset. I wasn't thinking about the gimmicky approach. I didn't even know what free plus shipping was, which if you guys follow me, I hate free plus shipping. And then two, I wasn't just going ahead and thinking about throwing up a store to get to products. I didn't even know there was such thing as winning products. I just thought if you build a great, great, great store, people are going to want to buy from it. And that's essentially what I did. And now that's essentially what I do. And that's essentially what a lot of my friends have done. And, a lot of my students, they're replicating the same process of going in, using business principles, actually using core business principles from the very beginning, and then going ahead and creating a brand that people want to buy into. And this is something that, I don't think it's necessary for an entrepreneur to go to college. Frankly, I don't use much of what I learned in college, but these are a few things that I did learn in college was core business principles, and it is directly correlated over into Shopify dropshipping. So definitely come at it with a business mindset. That's probably my biggest recommendation, because if you come at it with a business mindset, then all 5 of these points kind of fall under that. But number 4, and this is kind of a quick one, but don't have too many apps. I see a lot of people, they take a list from a bunch of different YouTubers, people they hear about on Facebook. But essentially, they're getting all this advice, and everybody's got kind of their own apps they like to use. And so now these people go ahead and use every app they hear of that's good. Don't do that, guys. 1, it'll slow down your store. And 2, too many pop-ups will actually hurt the conversion rate, and it'll hurt it quite a bit. I've tested this. One thing for you guys to test out, and I'm not going to recommend against it because in the beginning it can help, but I even tested and split tested, one of those email pop-ups right when you land on the store. When you land on a store and it pops up, you can get a discount code if you enter your email, and then you just, gather that customer's email. I started with that on my stores. I split tested it, and the conversion rate went up when I removed it from my store. So now I no longer use that. But that's something for you guys to test. Just keep in mind that too many apps will hurt. Only have the absolute necessary and the ones that really, really will be a benefit to your store. You obviously want the ones that are very good. Keep the ones that are very good. Remove kind of the ones that are either junk or just essentially an added pop-up. You want to remove the amount of clicks a customer has to get to when they check out. Every pop-up that comes up, everything they have to click out of, is hurting your chances of them actually making it to checkout. All right, so the 5th one, the last one, is focus. I see too many people, essentially, they'll go ahead and test 2 or 3 products from their niche, and then they decide to go ahead and abandon ship and completely change store types, or they'll go ahead and have a mid-level niche store, say in the apparel, and then they'll want to go ahead and add gadgets so they can just go ahead and test gadgets. Stay focused on what you're doing, guys. It'll pay off in the end. This is like the video I did on persistence. Persistence is key. Stay focused. And while you're doing that, you're continually learning. Whether you know it or not, you're gathering data off of each ad that goes out, each product that performs or doesn't perform. You're learning, so you know what works and doesn't work. That's how I've been able to, even though I sell in other niches as well, that's how I've been able to really become a master at apparel dropshipping. A lot of people really struggle with apparel dropshipping. That's my forte, and that's what I do huge numbers in, because I figured it out and I've spent so much time doing it and buying actual inventory of apparel, doing all different kinds of things around apparel that it's really benefited. Now I'm able to go ahead and make good sales with other niches because the same principles apply in pretty much every niche. But if you guys stay focused and really learn one, that's how you can become the master of one. And so another thing is, in the beginning, go ahead and really focus on mastering one ad platform. You can go ahead and experiment with other ad platforms, but one thing I see beginners do is that they'll go ahead and spend a little bit of money on Facebook, a little bit of money with Instagram influencers, and a little bit of money with Google AdWords. Don't do that. Go ahead and focus on one at a time. As you get one going, go ahead and add another. But really hone in and learn one. And that way you're not really spreading out your money in the beginning either. And you're really able to focus in on one thing. All right, guys, I hope you found some value in this. I know that these 5 things can be pretty obvious for some, but for others, they definitely need to hear this. And I can tell by what I'm seeing in questions every day. But you guys can be successful with this. I know you guys can, and I'm seeing so many great comments on the videos. I'm seeing so many great questions and everything coming in through my DMs and everywhere that a lot of you guys now are really thinking the right mindset. And I'm happy for that, because, I've been seeing a lot of misinformation being put out that's just not good. And I want you guys to be well informed and know what it really takes to be successful with this business. But if you could, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to help you grow your businesses to successful numbers. Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.